Welcome back, everybody. It's time to look for new positions and track some more transactions, so let's get right to it.
Hello, everybody. If you haven't seen this already, you will the next time you log in. We have released a major update to the web application, MyATMM.com, and just wanted to show off some of the newer features, the new functionality that we have added as kind of a major update. First things first is we have new notifications now. When you log in and there's any new notifications that come up, it will just pop up for you and show you the notification and give you a little description of what's going on, what features we released, or whatever the notification happens to be. And you can just read through that. And you can snooze it just by saying remind me later, or you can check this checkbox and click accept, and the notification will never come back up again. When you say remind me later, I think it reminds you like 24 hours later, it snoozes it for a little while. We're just going to go ahead and click remind me later. And you'll probably notice we have dark mode now. It supports dark mode or light mode. And you can switch that up here in the top right hand corner just by clicking that button. You can switch it over to light mode, and it will persist that. It'll remember that for the next time you log in. It'll come into light mode. I like it in dark mode, so I'm going to keep it in dark mode. And we also still have access to the legacy version of the application. Moving forward, all new features and newer functionality will be added to this newer responsive version. And again, in the light mode or dark mode, you can pick whichever one you want. But if you want to get back to the legacy version of the application, we have buttons up here in the top right hand corner. Pretty much on every single page. There's a couple pages that are not available in the legacy version. But right now, the majority of them are. So you would just click legacy version, and it would take you over to the other website. And this one functions just like you guys are normally used to. And every single page, you'll notice it has that new version button in the top right hand corner. So you'll be able to still get to the new version from any page. While we're on this note, want to introduce a new feature that we have added. It's we now support multiple portfolios. By default, the first time you guys log in, it will basically set your current account to the default portfolio, and you guys don't have to do anything to switch it or whatever. If you just want to continue using it as is, that's fine. But if you want to add a second portfolio, we now have support for that for members. And if you're over on the legacy version and you click this button, this is one of the functionality or features that's not available in the legacy version. You have to click this button to go to the new version, or if you cancel that, go to the new version. It takes you to the same place. So that'll jump over to this version of the page. You'll notice it's not just a button, but also a drop down, because I have come in here previously and added some other portfolios. Just checking some things here. Okay, so first things first, if you come in here first thing, you just have your default portfolio. You don't have more than one. If you click this button, you can manage your portfolios. I'm going to click that, and you'll see I've already added several other portfolios in here. And this is, again, only for members. If you're not a member, it'll have an upgrade your membership link up here. By default, non-members only get one portfolio. But as you can see, I've added a few in here. It will support up to 10 portfolios, so you can have a bunch of portfolios here if you're a member. And I just have some sample ones in here, like one account for paper trades, one for my IRA, one for 401k if I have a Robinhood account. And we also have the ability to hide these over on the right side. Okay, so in here, if you wanted to rename any of these, you just click this little rename edit icon, and it would allow you to enter whatever you wanted to here. And when you save it, you can see it updates it right there. I'm going to go ahead and change it back to default because I like that name. And if you happen to add a bunch of portfolios, like I'm going to go ahead and just click add portfolio to show you. If I add this one and it's like, I don't like that, I don't want it to show up, you can actually just click the hide button. It'll add it to the hidden portfolios. And the difference between the hide or show, or hide or active, is there's a drop down up here. I'm going to show you in a second. And the active ones are the only ones that show up in that drop down. This also allows you to change the order. Like, say I wanted paper trades at the bottom of this list. You could just click the arrow for paper trades and move it down to the bottom of the list. And that's pretty much all the functionality that's built into this screen. Also, instead of click and close, like if I wanted to switch immediately over to the IRA, I could actually just click it here and it'll go ahead and switch it. So I'm going to do that now. If I click IRA, you'll notice it switches the portfolio over to IRA. And then there's also this drop down where you can quickly switch between them. And right now I don't have any data in my other portfolios because as you can see, they're all zeros. But if I click back to the default one, I have plenty of data in this one because that was my primary account prior to doing this update. And so it filters down for all of the tabs. So if you pick, we'll just say Robinhood, it filters down all of them. Right now I don't have any positions or anything in these other portfolios, so it's all zeroed out here. And if you click back to default, it'll show you everything. This is another feature that we worked on over the past year. I haven't done a video on this. I will in the future to go over everything in the screen. But something that's really cool is it gives you the all time, so I can see all of the past years totaled up right here. It's really nice. Moving on, that's the portfolio. Oh, the portfolio is only available on certain pages because some pages don't need portfolio segmentation. Like the covered calls, these screeners, these three screens right here do not have the portfolio at the top. So you can see, because it doesn't matter which portfolio, it's a global, it's system wide, it's across, all of your portfolios for the stock tickers. The cost basis screen is portfolio driven. So as you can see, I have a bunch of tickers that I've traded and made positions on before in the past that I'm tracking cost basis on. And if I switch over to just like my paper trading account or whatever, you can see again, since I have no positions on any of these other portfolios yet, they're all blank. But the default one obviously has all of these. Let's come through here. Yeah, export's a new feature. I don't want to cover that just yet. The strategy summary is the other one that has the portfolio on it that's segmented by portfolio. So different strategies for that. And I need to go over that too here in a second. So just backing up, let's see. All right, so since I ended on strategy summary here for the portfolio, just to back up just a second. So we have the new feature of portfolios where you can have more than one, up to 10 for members. The dashboard, the cost basis screen, and the strategy summary screen are the three screens that are portfolio driven. The rest of these are global and don't matter which portfolio you're in because they apply to any, they're not portfolio specific. So they work for anything. Preferences hasn't changed. It's still the same thing. We have the membership screen, and we also have a new support center that has links to a bunch of videos that we've done, tutorials, and ways to get support. Okay, let's come back to strategy summary right here, because while we're on this note, I wanted to go ahead and show this feature. I was going to do another video, but it's pretty quick. There are some more evolutions and more updates to it that I want to do, but it does work right now out of the box. And I want to just show it off real quick, and I want to do it in, yeah, I'll go ahead and just use this account for it. So you can see there's like 3 different strategies that work, but I'm going to just show you a new one so you can see how to use it. What you do is you come over into cost basis and just pick, we'll just stick with Apple since it's the first one that showed up. And what you do is in group name, which I'm going to update this in the future to make it a little bit more understandable. But right now, so let's just, again, we're just testing this. So we're going to edit this row and we're just going to say my new strat. And this can be anything. You can type whatever you want to for like a strategy. So if you're testing a strategy out, or if you're testing a strategy out that's applicable to a bunch of different tickers, you basically, when you're adding the transactions in here, you basically tag them with that same name. The problem is you got to type it exactly the same. That's part of the update and the functionality that I'm going to add. I'm going to add it to where there's like a drop down for an existing list of strategies. So you don't have to get the typing exactly case, correct or whatever. So in any case, I'm just going to ad hoc type in my new strat, click save. And then if I come over to strategy summary, you can see it says my new strat. and it shows you what the total profit and loss on that is. So it's kind of cool because I can do this cross tickers. So coming back here to cost basis, I did that in Apple. Well, now I'm going to just jump over. We'll just go to the next one on the list, not being just randomly picking. So in here, I'm just going to, this is a good one. See, negative 593. Let's just go and add that and type again. And I got to make sure it's exactly the same. Because if I type in my new strat 2, it shows up as a separate grouping, but I want it to group underneath the exact same name. So if I click save here, and then I come back to strategy summary, see how it totaled it in? It was like negative 539 or something. Let me go back. I can't remember what it said. So right here, yeah, 593. And then if we come back to Apple, the other one that it's totaling in here with it was like $20 or something. 22. So what, 593 plus that, we got like 570. That's what the strategy summary is for. So yeah, 570. See, so it totals it up for you. So this is a way that you can test out a strategy, cross tickers, and group them to see how that strategy is doing. I thought it was pretty handy to do, because you can see I had some other strategies I was testing out for different things, and they were cross tickers, and there was no way to like link them all together. This is the way to link them together. And I'm probably also going to enhance this to where you can do multiple strategies, because say it could be part of more than one. That way you can actually list out, basically tag it to a strategy for more than one. So like your strategy 1, but this happens to also fall underneath strategy 2. So it will, give you some versatility there to group them differently like that. Could come in handy for unique ways to group different strategies you're running. Right now, since this is my real account, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to clean up those because I don't want those to be appearing. So what you can do is just do this. And I've actually never done this, so hopefully this works and doesn't crash on me. Save. Okay, that works. So that's good. Then come back here. And I've never removed a strategy once I've added it. That's what I haven't tested before. Anyway, it worked, so that's cool. I figured it would, but you never know these things till you try them. So see now, strategy summary, it's gone. So it's real time. It works beautifully. Okay, now that we've wrapped that up, that's pretty much all of the core portfolio functionality. I mean, it's the same, a lot of the same screens other than the strategy summary. This was not on the legacy version. The ability to group them were, but the strategy summary screen itself that pulled them in was not existing in the legacy version. But that encompasses all the portfolios. It's the same screens. It's just now you can have basically separate portfolios, separate accounts, to where you don't have to have multiple logins. You can do all underneath the same account. I know some people were asking for that. Now members have it, and they have up to 10 of them, which is a lot more than anybody was asking for. So that should be good. But now I want to show off the export feature. And before I'm going to go ahead and do it once, and I'm going to come back through and show you something else that's tagging along with it. So here's the export feature, and this again is for members only. You can see I've exported some in the past already, and I'm going to go ahead and click request new export. And actually, this is January 10th, so I think this is going to tell me I can't. Yeah, see, it's already, you can only do one export a day, but there's a little, way around it. I can actually just delete this, and then it'll let me export again for today. So if I request that, you can see it's queued, and you can see it's processing. And if you just sit here on the screen, it'll pull it in the background and show up when it's ready. And it shouldn't take long. Yeah, see there, it's already done. And it shows how many portfolios, and you'll notice I had like what, 5 or 6 different portfolios, but it only says 1 in total transactions. The reason why is because I don't have any transactions in any of the other portfolios, so it only exported 1 portfolio's worth of transactions. Now, if I add a transaction over into any other portfolio, and it can be just one little thing, then it'll show up 2. And I'm actually going to show you that here in a second. But here you can just click download, and it'll just download it to your browser, and then you can open it up. And I'll just briefly just show this. So see how it just dumps all of the transactions out to Excel, CSV really, and then you can just take your data wherever you want. So it's nice and portable. And again, if you want to delete it, you can literally just click the delete button. It'll confirm and delete it, and then you're good to go. So that one's deleted and cleaned up. What I wanted to show you is, you notice how they only showed one portfolio. If you come back over here to like the dashboard, the simplest way to just add something in real quickly, we'll just go over to paper trades and we'll say deposit and we'll say test deposit and we'll just say $1. Click save. So now we have one transaction for one of the other portfolios. If I come back over to export and I do request new export now, it'll queue it up, it'll process it, and when it's done, it'll come back, which should be quick. Yeah, see, now it says 2 portfolios and the transaction count went up by 1. That's how you can get the multiple portfolios, or what the portfolio number means here. You'll also notice that we have an AI import tab. This is under construction, so we're going to be working on that in the future. Don't want to talk too much about it because it's going to evolve over time, and I'm not quite sure how it will end up. So right now it just says coming soon. No big deal. And possibly going to work on a bulk import as well to import via CSV. Like you can dump your accounts out to CSV and import them into the system. Again, that's in progress and evolving too, so I'm not quite sure what it will end up being. But in any case, that's pretty much it. I want to just, again, announce the new version of the application, support for dark mode, light mode, and major announcement, support for portfolios. I think that's going to be pretty big deal. And yeah, we're continuing to evolve this application, update it, and make improvements. And feel free to send us feedback or emails about other things that you would like to see in the application. We do have an ongoing list and continuing to add to this application. And I will be creating some other videos here in the future because there are some other specific features that I want to create a video for to give more targeted instruction on. But yeah, I'll talk to you next time.
I want to thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and go out today to MyATMM.com and get your free account so you can start tracking your own transactions. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.